Welcome back to the deep dive. So you asked about ancient economies, complex ones, and the Phoenicians. They're a fantastic example.
Absolutely. A relatively small group, but wow, what an impact through trade.
Right. So today we're digging into how they pulled that off.
Yeah.
How did they get so, dominant in ancient trade?
What goods they were moving, who they traded with.
And, what's their lasting legacy from all that commerce?
It's a great topic. And I think the starting point really has to be their geography.
Okay, so location, location, location.
Pretty much, think about it, this narrow strip of land right on the Mediterranean coast, lots of natural harbors.
Perfect for seafaring, I guess.
Exactly. And crucially, not a lot of great farmland pushing inland. So what do?
You look to the sea.
You look to the sea, it becomes your main street, your source of, well, everything. Plus, they had those amazing cedar forests nearby,
Ah, for shipbuilding.
prime material for building strong ships. So necessity really pushed them out onto the water.
Makes sense. Okay, so they've got the ships. What are they actually trading? We always hear about the purple dye.
Tyrian purple, yeah, that was like the ultimate luxury good, worth a fortune. But it wasn't just that.
No. What else?
Well, they were smart. They exported timber, that cedar was in demand. They were also, really skilled artisans.
Like glass, metalwork.
Exactly. Glass, fancy metalwork, textiles, pottery, even basic stuff like salt and dried fish found markets.
So a real mix of goods. And what were they bringing back?
Mostly raw materials they didn't have. Metals were huge: silver, gold, copper, tin, essential for their crafting and for trade.
Tin especially, right? For bronze.
Precisely. And ivory, maybe grain from Egypt, wine from Greece. They were connecting resource hubs across the Med.
Wow. So Egypt, Greece, Cyprus, Spain maybe?
Definitely all of those. Iberia, that's Spain, was crucial for metals. They possibly even ventured beyond Gibraltar, the Pillars of Hercules.
That's incredible for ancient mariners.
Hmm.
Now, something else you mentioned before we started the alphabet.
Mhm.
How does writing fit into trade?
Oh, it was revolutionary. Think about the other writing systems around, then hieroglyphs, cuneiform, very complex, lots of symbols.
Right. It takes ages to learn.
Exactly. The Phoenician alphabet was phonetic, based on sounds, much, much simpler.
So easier for merchants.
Massively easier. Think contracts, record keeping, sending messages. You could do it faster, more accurately, and across different language groups, too. It, streamlined the whole business of trade.
Like an ancient software upgrade for commerce.
That's a perfect way to put it, and they didn't just sail around, they put down roots.
The colonies, right?
Yeah.
Like Carthage?
Carthage is the most famous, yeah. But also Tyre, Sidon, Byblos back home were major hubs. And they set up posts all over Cyprus, Sicily, Sardinia, North Africa, Spain.
So these weren't just trading posts, they were more.
Oh, much more. They were strategic bases, sources for local goods, and they helped control key sea lanes. It basically extended their reach exponentially.
And all this activity, moving goods, people, ideas, how did that ripple outwards? How did it affect everyone else?
They were huge agents of change. They introduced new goods and technologies everywhere they went. But the biggest thing, really, was the alphabet.
Spreading literacy.
Spreading a tool for literacy. It was adapted by the Greeks, then the Etruscans, then the Romans. It's the ancestor of most Western alphabets today. That's a huge cultural impact stemming directly from their commercial needs.
That really is fundamental. And to do all this sailing, they must have been incredible sailors. What about their ships and navigation?
They developed these sturdy galleys, often powered by oars, but definitely seaworthy for long trips. Their navigation skills must have been top-notch.
How'd they do it? Stars.
Probably celestial navigation, yeah. Understanding winds, currents. They must have built up a massive body of knowledge about the Mediterranean. It was their world.
You have to wonder, did their religion play a part? Seafaring is risky. Do they have, gods of trade?
It seems likely. We know they had patron deities associated with the sea, with commerce. Maybe specific rituals before voyages, or shrines at ports that doubled as meeting places for traders. Religion and commerce were often intertwined then.
And we know all this how? It's not just guesswork.
Oh no, there's solid evidence. Archaeologists find Phoenician stuff, pottery, jewelry, metal goods all over the Mediterranean basin.
Physical proof.
Right. And shipwrecks. Sunken ships with Phoenician cargo give us amazing snapshots. Plus, other ancient cultures, like the Greeks and Egyptians, wrote about them and their trading.
So the picture's pretty clear. But empires rise and fall. What happened to the Phoenician dominance?
Well, competition heated up. The Greeks became major maritime rivals, and then Rome rose.
Big players.
Very big. Conflicts, wars, these disrupted the trade routes. And conquests back in their homeland, in Phoenicia proper, weakened the main cities like Tyre and Sidon. It gradually faded.
A familiar story in history. So wrapping this up,
Mm.
the Phoenicians, driven by their geography, become these master traders, innovators,
Yeah, connecting the ancient world, sharing goods, technology.
and leaving behind this incredible tool, the alphabet, born out of commercial necessity.
It's a powerful legacy.
It really is. And here's something to think about. How that need to overcome their limitations, their lack of land, spurred all this innovation in ships, navigation, even writing. You see echoes of that today, don't you?
Absolutely. Resourcefulness driving progress.
So the question for you listening is, how do those ancient Phoenician principles, trade connecting cultures, innovation driven by need, how do they resonate now? What are the modern alphabets, the fundamental technologies or systems shaping our interconnected global world?